Afternoon, people. I've done a post the other day about your turkey, and my number one tip is for brining. So all I'm going to do is go through a quick process of what I was talking about. I'm using a chicken, not a turkey, obviously. So what you want to do, you want to make a 6% brine. So I got a container there, it's got 10 litres of water in. So for 6% of that, I need 600 grams of salt. So I've got a scale here, and we'll put in 600 grams of salt. And that is the basics. So I'll take some water that I've already measured out. Put that in. Put a little bit more in. So what we need to do now is dissolve that. So we'll chuck it on a high heat. We can get rid of the scales. So what it does by brining, it not only makes the meat more tender, it keeps it juicier, it's more succulent. So with things like turkey, everyone complains, my turkey's dry. The secret to it is the brining. Any of the top chefs will do this. It's an age-old method. It's curing. So the salt gets into it, and when you cook it, it won't be dry, I promise you that. If you do this with a pork chop or a piece of belly pork, you will have the most amazing crackling on it that you'll ever want. Now in with your salt, you can add your aromatics, so you can put in peppercorns, you can put in a cinnamon. For Christmas, I chuck in a slice of orange and lemon, a bit of cinnamon, and that creates your Christmassy brine. For this now, all I'm going to do is a bog standard plain 6% brine. Like I said, I've got a container here that I've measured out 10 litres of water. I've got plain salt in the pan with some of the water I've taken out of there. I'm going to dissolve this salt now quickly. That gets added back into the container. The bird goes in there with whatever you want to put in there. Yes, Stav, well done. And that is the basics of brining. You can do it, your chicken, a turkey, pork chops, belly pork, and it does increase the taste, the flavour, and the juiciness of the meat you're going to have. This is also a way of making bacon. So sugar, salt, water, dissolve into there. You get a piece of belly pork then, take off the skin, put that to one side, you can keep that for making your crackling. Put your piece of belly pork in the brine, bung it in the fridge, leave it for a week, and basically then you've got bacon. That's as easy as bacon is. No additives, no preservatives, none of that. And you can add stuff to that. Instead of sugar, you can use a black treacle or a honey, and that'll obviously give you a different taste on your brine. But you can do it for any meats, and it will make a difference. So that's salt and water now. Just give them a stir so we can get it dissolved. Obviously there's quite a bit of salt in there. If you're using a small amount, say all you're doing is a chicken breast, so all you need is a litre of water, you can just put the salt in there, give it a stir, and it'll dissolve. Because this is going into 10 litres, we've got 600 grams of salt in here to make your 6%. Put an onion in there, garlic, ginger, yeah, bit of ginger there. Chuck a bit of ginger in there. We've got some garlic cloves there. We'll chuck a few of them in there. And to be Christmassy, we'll chuck in a cinnamon stick. So that then flavours the brine, enhances the flavour of the brine. gives your bird a different thing. That'll go in the fridge overnight. Then tomorrow, I don't fast roast the chicken, I slow roast it. It goes in the oven, opened up, so it's not all trussed up and tied like that, where the heat can't get. I get a lemon, roll the lemon, pierce it a few times, bung it in the cavity, rub butter onto the skin. With your brine there, if you want, you could put in your dry herbs from your garden, your thyme, your rosemary, all of that. Or you can mix with your butter, put that on there. Garlic and thyme, lemon, chicken, perfect combination, hand in hand. So I'm just waiting now for this salt to dissolve. We're almost there. Obviously the garlic, the ginger, the cinnamon is going to add flavour to it. Chuck in some peppercorns. That's a mix of different, so we've got red, green and black and white in there, so that gives it a bit of difference as well. So if you're going to do your turkey next week, the day before, brine it. If the weather's cold enough, you can put it into a container, cover it and put it in the coldest part of a room. But the best bet is if you can get it in your fridge. I know some people will have bought a fucking ostrich, and not a lot of people have got a fridge big enough to put a brined ostrich in. Why you need one that big, I don't know. It's the only time of the year we eat turkey. The rest of the year we don't eat it. So why people go fucking mad over a big chicken that's got less flavour than a good chicken, I don't know. I'm not having turkey, so I can't do brined turkey next week for you. So it is exactly the same process though as you do with a chicken. Like I say, turkey, nah, not for me. Next Sunday, next week, Christmas. I got the little one Christmas Eve and Christmas Day morning, and then she's going home. And I'm having a rib of beef on my own with some no secco, some alcohol-free beer. Call me the Grinch, call me a grumpy old twat, I don't care. What I'm doing is for my physical and mental health. And I'm happy. And that's all that matters. No, I'm not fingering a chicken, John, Chris, Pooley. I get banned. That's for you to do, get banned. I'm not getting banned. So that salt's almost dissolved now. This water's cold, ice cold. The dissolved brine can go into there. It'll automatically cool it straight down. I can get the bird in there and bung the bird into the fridge, leave it overnight. And then tomorrow I'll jump on and I'll show you how I roast a bird. The process, it makes so much difference. The secret is though, with your turkey, is to get a good one. Don't go to a supermarket and buy something that's sat there that you don't know where it's come from, how it's been reared. It's probably in some huge shed. It's never seen daylight. It's been fed on grain and shit. Go to your butcher. Just notice Mark's on. Go speak to Mark. Mark will tell you exactly where those turkeys have come from. He'll tell you what's best suited for you and how to cook it. Or he'll point you at someone like myself to tell you how to cook it, hopefully. So that now, we're almost there, almost. I know it's going on a bit, but it's a wet Saturday afternoon. What else are you going to do? Apart from go over the county, for those who are going. I don't go over that much because the little one don't like it, she don't like noises, she don't like crowds and all of that. So I have it most weekends. So I stay in and do boring shit like cooking. me and her done breakfast this morning. She wanted to cook breakfast, so she done bacon, sausage, egg, hash browns, all of that sort of stuff. And later on, she's going to be making leek potato soup, because that's her thing. I am going to be dry curing some duck legs that I'm going to confit to make a casserole. But that'll be another video that I'm going to do. So this has now dissolved, and you can smell the ginger and the cinnamon now, and the garlic and all of that. So that simply move the bird over there in a minute. I'll be down Wednesday then, Mark, for T-bone. Off that amazing piece of beef that I'm having for my Christmas dinner. Poolie, you want to go and get one of those T-bones off Mark, mate? They are absolutely phenomenal. I had one last year off him. 55 days, dry aged, T-bone steak, and I cooked it in a wood oven. The old man came up. We had one each, and he said it was the best steak he'd ever eaten. He's 70 odd, so you know that's some saying. So we got the brine done. All we do then, get the bird, get him in there, or her, because obviously it's not a cock or a capon. We don't do a lot of those in this country. Steve, I'll talk about the sides and everything. So all of the veggie stuff that I'm going to do, and different ways of doing your sprouts and all of that, parsnips and whatnot. I'll do some mushroom sort of stuff and a veggie sort of stuffing that you can use. That you could use then. You could use that as a sort of nut roast. So nut, mushrooms, get some dried mushrooms. What you do then is you rehydrate those mushrooms, and you use the juice from that, the mushrooms and the dehydrated mushrooms, with nuts and some fruits, an egg, some breadcrumbs. You mix all that together into a loaf tin, bung it in the oven, or make it into little balls, and that could be it. You could use that, and it is good. So that is, if you're not having meat, that's what I would go for. So get some walnuts, hazelnuts, chestnuts, blitz them up together so you get the texture you want. Rehydrate your mushrooms, chop those mushrooms up then, chanterelles and all of those amazing flavours. Put those in with the nuts, mix that together, breadcrumbs and an egg, bind it together into balls, cook in the oven. You'll get a lovely crispy outer on it. They'll be nice and moist inside. And then you do that with your red cabbage and all of that. Absolutely cracking. Anyway, the bird's done, the brine's done. It's going in the fridge now for overnight. I'll save the video and put it up on the YouTube channel that I'm now doing, where I'm going to put all the videos so you know where all of them are, be it the food or be it the other lifestyle sort of stuff, the meditation, the mindfulness, stress management, all of those sort of things. I'm going to keep them all in one place now so they're easy to get to. Enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the weekend, enjoy your loved ones, and give gratitude for what you do have. Ta-ra, people.